We are just a few days away from Aemeath's official release, and thanks to all the new info, we finally have the comprehensive list of all pre-farm materials that you guys will need to build both Luuk and Aemeath. In today's video, we are going to be covering everything you need to know about both of their pre-farm materials, and of course, I'll share the source of this info with you so you can check it out yourself. So if you are new to the channel, make sure to hit that subscribe button and join us on Discord too. The link is in the description. Now let's get straight into it. First up, let's break down the ascension requirements for Aemeath. To build her to level 90, you will need to gather 4 LF cores, 12 MF cores, 12 HF cores, and 4 FF exoswarm cores. Now, here is the tricky part regarding her regional specialties. Her flowers are going to be added with the new map area, so you guys will have to wait for them. Moving on to her boss material, it is most likely that we have to wait for a new weekly boss to drop for her talent level ups, so do not get too excited to farm early and waste your resources on the wrong things. However, to ascend her fully to level 90, you are going to need about 46 of the Burning Judgment. This item drops from the Reactor's Husk boss. It is essentially the same item type as Mornia's material, but since this specific boss drop isn't 100% confirmed, and there are a lot of other bosses that are going to be added in the new update, keep that in mind before you start farming. For her talent level ups, you guys would still need all those exoswarm cores I mentioned earlier, but in much higher quantities. On top of that, you will need to farm the Polarizer series. That includes some Broken Wing, Mono Wing, Polywing Polarizer, and some Layered Wing Polarizer. To max her out, the estimated total counts are about 29 LF, 40 MF, 52 HF, and 61 FF exoswarm cores. Now let's talk about her weapon. For leveling her signature sword, you will need mech cores in various tiers, 6 LF, 6 MF, 10 HF, and 12 FF. If you are planning to go absolutely all in, and I know many of you are simping hard for her, and you plan to pull for both Aemeath and her signature weapon, you should prep a total of 31 Broken Wing, 36 Mono Wing, 61 Polywing, and 87 Layered Wing Polarizers. Moreover, her signature sword gives about 587 base attack and a 24.3% crit rate substat, which makes her building artifact stats so much easier. The passive is where it gets crazy. It increases all attribute damage by 12% unconditionally. On top of that, when she inflicts Toon Rupture Shifting or Fusion Burst, her Resonance Liberation ignores 32% defense and 10% fusion resistance for 8 seconds. That defense ignore is a rare multiplier and is going to skyrocket her damage ceiling. As for her build, the new 5-piece Trailblazing Star set coming in version 3.1 is best for her. The 2-piece effect gives a flat fusion damage increase of 10%, and the 5-piece grants her a 20% crit rate and a 20% fusion damage bonus for 8 seconds when she applies Fusion Burst or Toon Rupture. This fits her burst-heavy playstyle perfectly. For her Echo build specifically, the new boss Sigillum is ideal for the main 4-cost Echo slot because it grants 20% Resonance Liberation damage when equipped by the main character. For your main stats, you will want to roll crit rate or crit damage on the 4-cost Echo depending on what your weapon gives you. If you have the signature weapon, you might want crit damage here. Prioritize fusion damage bonus on your 3-cost Echoes and attack percent on your 1-cost Echoes. For substats, you want to aim for the Holy Trinity, crit rate, crit damage, and attack percent, but do not neglect Resonance Liberation damage to really maximize her output during her burst window. Finally, let's talk about team compositions. For a Toon Rupture focused team, Aemeath pairs incredibly well with Lene and Mornia for the premium team. If you are leaning into a raw fusion burst team instead, another solid option is Aemeath, Lene, and Chisa. That is the full breakdown of everything you can do right now to prepare for Aemeath. Now, let's talk about the Luuk's ascension materials. I know it is a bit early, but the info usually doesn't change for the pre-farmed materials. To ascend Luuk to level 90, you will need the same amount of Fractured Exoswarm Pendant, Worn Exoswarm Pendant, Chipped Exoswarm Pendant, and Intact Exoswarm Pendant, in the same proportions mentioned above for Aemeath's cores. For his boss drop, the item is called Sun Coveter's Reach, and leaks suggest it is going to be dropped by a new boss named Hyvatia. It's going to be one of the new world bosses that will be added in the next patch. Talking about his weapon, it increases attack by 12% passively. Each time an intro skill or resonance skill is cast, the wielder gains 20% basic attack damage amplification for 6 seconds. Furthermore, dealing basic attack damage increases the wielder's spectro damage bonus by 20% and allows the wielder to ignore 10% of the target's defense. Its main stat is going to be about 24% crit damage. For his talent level ups, you will need all those pendants I mentioned, along with some wave-worn shards. His signature weapon will also require wave-worn shards along with mech cores and a certain amount of wing polarizers, so you might be farming that domain for quite a while if you want both characters. And that pretty much wraps up everything we know about all of their pre-farmed materials. Now, as promised, let's talk about sources. This info comes directly from haikush.in. This is the reliable site where your beloved content creators usually take the info from while cropping the name out of their videos. I don't know, maybe they want to gatekeep this site, because it's good to leave credit where it's due, but anyway, I want you guys to have the best info and sources available. Just for clarification, this site is run by some leakers who manage those 2 big Telegram channels for game data leaks and Haikush updates. Because it comes directly from the game files, I would say the info is pretty much accurate for the materials, though things can always be tweaked slightly before the final patch notes. So now that you know the grind ahead of you, let me know down in the comments. Are you guys excited for Aemeath, or are you saving your polls for Luuk? Or maybe you are a Sigrika believer. Oh, I almost forgot to mention, we got some new info that Sigrika would be featured in version 3.2 as the solo new 5-star of the patch, and her details were found in the beta patch. I don't want to make a separate video about it, so I've covered it just now. Finally, I am going to be trying out Arknight's Endfield on January 22nd. Let me know if you're going to be trying that too. In the meantime, that's all for this one. Thanks so much for watching. Good luck on your polls, and I'll see you all in the next one. Goodbye.